This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Retired policewoman killed in Hanover house fire. A retired superintendent of police lost her life in a fire that destroyed her house in Bamboo Drive, Hopewell in Hanover this morning. The deceased has been identified as 89-year-old Elena Nisbet. The Montego Bay Fire Station said they received the call at around 5:15 a.m. and units from Montego Bay and Lucy responded. The remains of Nisbet were found during cooling down operations by firefighters. The death of the retired officer, who has been described as a strong black woman, sent shockwaves throughout the community and the Jamaica Constabulary Force. She was once stationed at the Barnett Street Police Station in St. James. The superintendent in charge of the Hanover Police Division, Sharon Beeput, said Nisbet was a very disciplined and hardworking woman. She was also said to be jovial and easy to get along with. Beeput said the news of Nisbet's death has hit her hard, as it was just recently that she came across her mind but did not get the chance to visit her. Only to wake up this morning and somebody tell us her house caught fire and she perished. Oh my God, expressed the superintendent Beeput. The death of Nisbet follows that of 62-year-old retired police Ralph Medley, who was suspected of committing suicide in St. James on Friday. Superintendent Beeput has expressed a concern surrounding what is taking place with retired members of the JCF in recent times. Policeman whose child died in locked car charged with manslaughter. The St. Elizabeth cop whose 18-month-old daughter died after being locked in his car has been charged with manslaughter. Detective Sergeant Sheldon Dobson was offered bail in the sum of $750,000 when he appeared in the St. Elizabeth Parish Court in Santa Cruz on Monday morning after being charged for the January 17 incident where he left his daughter inside his car while at work in Black River. Dobson is assigned to the Black River Police Station. The child's mother is a sergeant of police in the same St. Elizabeth Division. Shelia Dobson died 2 days after being forgotten in the back of her father's car for several hours. The policeman is to return to court in Balaclava on October 25. He is being represented by attorney at law Thomas Levine. Hanover man charged for shooting at cops. A 21-year-old man is facing multiple charges following a confrontation with the police in Orange Bay, Hanover on August 7. He is Marvin Facey, otherwise called the Prince of Santoy District in the parish. Facey has been charged with assault at common law, shooting with intent, and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. According to police reports, Facey allegedly opened fire at the police team. During the gunfight, he was shot and injured, and a 1 Hayward Stream 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 16 9mm cartridges was taken from him. He was taken to hospital for treatment. His court date is being arranged. 14-day operation to bring order to chaotic Montego Bay starts. Montegonians woke up Monday morning to a raft of changes in the tourism capital Montego Bay as several government agencies, in collaboration with the security forces, tried to bring order to a town in chaos. Vendors, taxi operators, and other motorists accused of breaching the law by parking in restricted areas and the selling in unauthorized locations are among the targets of the drive under the theme Restoring Paradise, a Public Order Reset. The Transport Authority, the St. James Municipal Corporation, the Police, Public Safety and the Traffic Enforcement Branch, and the Jamaica Defense Force soldiers have been out since 6 a.m. The initiative is set to run for 14 days. Montego Bay is the capital of the parish of St. James. AMAJ sounds alarm on monkeypox. The Medical Association of Jamaica, AMAJ, has expressed a concern that monkeypox could lead to a high mortality rate among children in Jamaica. This concern comes amid reports of a second locally transmitted case of monkeypox and the fourth infection from the viral disease. According to President of the Medical Association of Jamaica, Dr. Brian James, monkeypox could cause complications for pregnant women who contract the disease. He told the news that there is evidence that pregnant women can transmit the disease to their babies. The Nurses Association of Jamaica is also expressing concern about monkeypox in Jamaica and calling for greater public awareness about the viral disease. NAJ President Patty Edwards Henry contends that public education will help to prevent a spike in cases and the deaths linked to monkeypox. She told the news that the healthcare system would be further burdened if there is a spike in cases and hospitalizations related to monkeypox and COVID-19. She wants members of the public to take personal responsibility seriously. Education Minister Favour Williams has also announced that her ministry will be in dialogue with the Ministry of Health to determine whether special provisions should be implemented in response to monkeypox ahead of the new school year. She said her ministry would await a directive from the Health Ministry on any necessary precaution. St. Thomas man stabbed to death, brother in custody. A family dispute on Sunday resulted in the death of a man in Dalvey, St. Thomas. The deceased is 22-year-old Kevon Dixon of Duckens Field in the parish. According to the police, about 12:30 p.m., Mr. Dixon left his home in Duckens Field and went to Holland Town in Dalvey to resolve a dispute among family members. A fight developed between Mr. Dixon and his brother, during which he was stabbed. He was taken to the Princess Margaret Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Mr. Dixon's brother handed himself over to the police. There have been 27 murders in St. Thomas since January. Search underway for Clarendon brothers lost at sea in the U.S. A search is underway for two brothers from Clarendon after they got into difficulties at a beach in the United States on the weekend. It is not yet known in which state the incident occurred. It's reported that the younger of the brothers encountered difficulties while in the water. His brother went to his assistance, however he too had challenges. The news was informed that they were in the U.S. on the work and the travel program. Driver being sought after fleeing fatal crash in St. Elizabeth. The driver of a car is being sought after he reportedly fled the scene of a fatal crash along the Hollander Bamboo Main Road in St. Elizabeth on Thursday night. The deceased has been identified as 23-year-old Jayton Smith. It is reported that about 8:30, Mr. Smith was driving his motorcycle along the main road when he collided with a Tida car in the vicinity of Holland Estate. It's alleged that the driver of the car swerved from a pothole and into the path of the motorcycle. The driver of the car fled the scene, leaving the vehicle. 5 Jamaicans arrested in the Bahamas for cultivating ganja. 5 Jamaicans are in custody in the Bahamas for the alleged cultivation of ganja. The men were arrested on the weekend during a joint police-military operation. Roberto Goodman, Chief Superintendent in charge of drug enforcement for the Royal Bahamas Police Force, says surveillance of the North Andros area started last week. He says the team received information that the men were cultivating more than 4 acres of ganja. The men are between 40 and 57 years of age. Low confidence in National Security Minister and the Police Commissioner poll. More than 90% of Jamaicans have little or no confidence in the leadership of National Security Minister Dr. Harris Chang and the Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson to curtail the country's problem of high crime and violence. This was one of the key findings of the latest RJR Gleaner Don Anderson poll, which sought to gauge the confidence level. Pollster Don Anderson revealed that 49% of respondents said they had no confidence in the Minister of National Security.
49% said we had no confidence in the Minister of National Security. 7% said we had a lot of confidence in the Minister of National Security. The rest of them were in the middle, who said we have a little confidence. So it's not all lost. With regard to the Commissioner of Police, 46% said they had no confidence in the Commissioner of Police. 9%, 2 percentage points more than for the Minister of National Security, said they had a lot of confidence in the Commissioner of Police. And in the middle were those who said we only have a little bit. So when you look at those two sets of results, there's really not a lot of difference. In the final analysis, it says that there is little confidence being reposed in the leadership of the persons who are in the forefront of the fight against criminality, crime and violence in the country. in my mental summary, I've actually said has nothing to do with the personalities, but the fact that crime and violence is so pervasive, and these are the persons who are basically in the forefront of the fight, and by extension, these are the persons who are being not blamed for, but when you ask about the confidence level, there is very little confidence in the society that there is a good approach to crime and violence, and these are the persons who are in the forefront, and hence the lack of confidence is something which is almost a natural derivative and a logical follow-up to that initial issue as to crime and violence being the number one problem that we face, and we have faced since independence.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.